you know, Lomachenko got Salido problems. You know what I'm saying? He got Salido problems. For years I've been hearing this shit, right? Because it's been that long. And in Lomachenko's case, this was 9 fights ago. Second fight, he's got 11 fights. So yeah, it was like 9 fights ago, right? And what I'm about to say is really not towards the Salido fans. Although you got to understand, when it comes to a boxing fan like me, that was a dirty victory. Okay? All those low blows and that fucking referee that looked like he was definitely in on it, that's a dirty win. Right? So I'm not really coming at you guys, the Salido fans. But what I'm coming at are the dick suckers, the usual suspects who would use a guy like Orlando Salido, sort of in the same fashion that they use Juan Manuel Marquez, who beat a fighter in Manny Pacquiao by knocking him out, right? A guy that they hated for years and years and years. So they're using Salido in that same fashion, right? It's very comparable. But the fact is that, like Salido, like Orlando Salido, and like Juan Manuel Marquez, there was a lot of controversy behind their wins, right? Now look, when it comes to the Manny Pacquiao situation, the whole thing there is whether or not Marquez was on steroids. I have no idea. I wouldn't be surprised if he was, right? Memo Heredia was a drug pusher, PED pusher, self-admitted. So I wouldn't be surprised. And when it comes to the Orlando Salido situation, hey, if you're fucking blind and you can't see the 51 low blows, right? And you can't see that the referee was letting Salido get away with it. And even with all that, I still thought Lomachenko won. But there was controversy with that. I still think Lomachenko beat him. Especially in the latter half of the fight. He was busting Salido up. Landing the cleaner shots and was saved by the referee several times, especially in that last round. If you look at Salido towards the ending of the fight, every time he was going to his corner, he looked like a man that was losing. It was in survival mode. So he was blowing the shit out of Lomachenko. But it is what it is. Right? They got victories over the usual suspects, public enemy number one. Right? In this case, Lomachenko, just like they hate Triple G. And they'll cheer for Canelo, most of them, even though they hate Canelo, right? Just like they all got something in common. They all do. Right? You know who the usual suspects are. Everybody knows who they are. The racial supremacists that believe that, you know, civilization started in Black Africa and somehow they are the superior race. Right. I'm not saying all. I'm saying most of them. The ones that claim to be boxing fans but want to pump racial supremacy nonsense. Anyway, they don't like Salido, just like they don't like Marquez, because that's not their type, right? That is not their type of fighters that they root for. But in Lomachenko's case, you know, he like Manny Pacquiao and like Triple G, he's embarrassed their favorite fighters, right? Russell Jr. He just put a boxing clinic on Russell Jr. He embarrassed the Axeman, and then he embarrassed their golden child, Guillermo Rigondeaux. They don't want to point out, and again, I'm not attacking you Salido fans, They don't want to point out that Salido didn't really want to give Lomachenko a rematch. Now, he may want to now because he's in a bad situation. He just got bodied by a journeyman. That Lomachenko would. Well, I mean, Lomachenko probably wouldn't be able to use him as a sparring partner. Okay, maybe I'm over exaggerating. But Salido didn't really want to give him a rematch, just like Marquez didn't really want to give Pacquiao a rematch, right? After knocking him out. Shout out to Precise for pointing out that he was offered, Marquez that is, $100 million, and he turned the fight down. Whether it's true or not, we know that it was more money, at least the money was more than he's ever made for a single fight. And he just didn't want to fight him. And then be facts, or fact, more like fact. Anyway, that is my video for the road. This is my last video for this year. I want to say shout out to all my subscribers that leave good comments, make for good talk. We don't always got to agree with everything, as long as you keep it respectful. Shout out to you, Merry Christmas to you, Happy New Year's, all that good stuff. And fuck you trolls. Fuck you faggots who claim to be here to talk about boxing, but you're really here to talk about, your personal feelings, your racial grievance. Peace.